Cranfield's journal databases provide access to millions of articles. When you search one of these databases, you could be searching as many as 50 million items in the hope of finding just a few relevant ones for your assignment, your thesis or your paper. The results you find will only be as good as the search that you do, so it's important to get this right. Here are some further hints and tips to get you started and to make your searches more efficient and effective. Tip number 1. Using wildcards. Some search terms can have different endings, and you'll probably want to include all of them in your search results. The word management, for example, has a number of possible variations, but if you only search for that one word, you won't find manage, manager, managers, managerial, or managing. You could combine these with the or operator. However, a better technique would be to work out which letters appear in all possible forms of the word and add an asterisk wildcard after the last letter that's common to them all. This will find every word which includes the stem of the word, plus any other endings in place of the asterisk. This is known as truncation, and you can expect it to work in the same way in all databases. Tip number 2. Using proximity operators. If you're combining two terms with and your search is finding too many results, or alternatively, if you're putting two words together as a phrase and finding too few results, it might be helpful to use a proximity operator. This allows you to specify the maximum number of words which can appear between your terms, which can be in either order. Unlike the wildcard, the proximity operator is different in each database, so if you don't know the operator for the database you're using, look in the help pages to find out. We're going to use the example of supply chain risk. If we search for supply chain and risk, we could find articles where supply chain appears in the title and risk appears at the end of the abstract, and articles where the terms are far apart are less likely to be relevant. Alternatively, we could search for it as a phrase, but that only includes articles where those three words appear next to each other and in that exact order. The proximity operator gives you a third option, more focused than the and operator, but less restrictive than a phrase search. To use the proximity search, type in your first term, followed by the proximity operator, which for ABI is N for near, followed by a /, then the maximum number of words that can appear between your search terms, and then the second search term, all in one line. This is more flexible than the and search or the phrase search, and will find articles containing phrases like reducing risk within the supply chain. The number of words that you choose to specify is up to you, although the more words you allow, the less precise your results will be. You could try comparing the results for the same search with 3, 5 and 8 words between your search terms and see which is the most effective. Tip number 3. Selecting your search terms. The search terms that we've looked at so far are very straightforward, because if you're interested in supply chain risk, those are the words that would be used in the literature to describe that concept. However, sometimes it's more difficult to search for exactly what you want, and there may be times when using a keyword to express the idea that you're looking for is unhelpful and limits your results too much. Imagine that your assignment was to do a comparison of lean and agile approaches in manufacturing. It might seem obvious to ask for articles which have the idea of lean and the idea of agile. But if you add the idea of a comparison, because that's what you're looking for, your results will be reduced in a way that isn't helpful, because the database will only show you the papers that have all three concepts, and you'll miss useful papers which talk about the two different approaches, but don't include the words compare or comparison. Your information specialist can help you to identify the best words for your search, so don't hesitate to ask for help.